Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Let me adjust my camera down a little. Hi. How are you guys today? I am good. I am having my lunch while I say hello to you. This is yummy bone broth egg drop soup with spinach, lots of spinach, because I am doing my best to get in like 4 servings of green vegetables a day. So anyway, happy Thursday. Welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. For those of you who don't know about me, which I'm assuming you do because you're on my page, I am Amy Raup, and I am a women's health and wellness expert. And I've written a couple books. First one was called Chill Out and Get Healthy. The second one is called Yes, You Can Get Pregnant. And my third one is coming out in March of 2018, and that is called Body Belief. And being my second book was called Yes, You Can Get Pregnant, you can guess that one of my fields of expertise is helping women not only get pregnant, but stay pregnant. And as I always say, my ultimate goal isn't really that positive pregnancy test. My ultimate goal is helping women reawaken their healthiest selves so that their body is able to get and stay pregnant, right? But then also so that their body is able to have a healthy pregnancy, carry that healthy pregnancy to term, and bring a healthy, beautiful baby into a healthy, thriving, reawakened home. So my goal is multifaceted, and it's not really about pregnancy. You know, my goal is really just about getting women to, and their partners, male or female, to their healthiest state possible, reawakening their health. Because I do believe that all of us, our innate setting, like our natural setting for our body is wellness. And it's not that we have to go out and seek that wellness. It's that we have to reawaken that wellness that is within us. And we all have the power to do that. And we all have the ability to truly reawaken our health. And so with that, you know, I help women get pregnant even in their 40s, even when the odds are stacked against them and their numbers don't look good and their doctors tell them they need donor eggs. I help them. And today, you know, I wanted to talk about pregnancy because I talk so much about fertility, and there are so many girls that followed my program that are now pregnant and they want some pregnancy advice. So it's really the same things, right? You know, the best way to maintain a healthy pregnancy where you feel good and where baby thrives is to continue to treat your body the same way you did in order to optimize your health to get pregnant. So some real basics, eating a nutrient-dense diet, which is outlined in all of my books, but in particular in Yes, You Can Get Pregnant. For pregnant women, supremely important that they are eating 80 plus grams of protein a day, and that they are eating the second they wake up in the morning. Like literally have like 4 almonds or a handful of sesame seeds on your nightstand. It needs to be protein, and it needs to be the moment you wake up. If you miss that window, you are more likely to just basically feel low energy, and if you're in the first trimester, to have worse morning sickness. So eating that protein upon waking is key for pregnancy. And as one of my mentors and teachers always says, if you want to make a human, and a healthy human, you're trying to create another life, you need to eat what these organisms are made up of, which is protein, fat, water, and then throw in some veggies. You know, that is kind of my basic premise. So I know there's a tendency in pregnancy to kind of just let things go a little bit, and we have more of a sweet tooth, and we're craving more carbs, and we're, you know, kind of deviating a bit, especially if you've been following my protocol and you got pregnant. Women tend to deviate a bit, and I really get them as best I can to stay on that program, because the dietary outline that I have laid out to help you conceive is exactly what's going to help you maintain a healthy pregnancy. And, you know, not just for you and for your recovery postpartum, but really for that baby as well, right? So eating mainly protein, vegetables, and fat, hitting 80 grams or more of protein a day, drinking half your body weight in water every day, getting some carbohydrates, but more in the form of like sweet potatoes or other starchy vegetables versus lots of, you know, breads and pastas and bagels. And even myself, my first trimester was, I had not morning sickness, but I didn't feel great. And I wanted carby stuff. So I would do like gluten-free pasta tossed in like ghee or butter, grass-fed, with an egg to kind of sneak a protein in there, and maybe throw in some collagen peptides, sneak some more protein in there, throw in some greens. And then that way I was actually getting the carby stuff, and it was always organic, gluten-free carb, just because my body doesn't do great with gluten. If you do gluten, you have to make sure all of your wheat products are organic, because the pesticide load on wheat is extremely high. It affects you, it affects your hormones, it affects your baby in utero. So do not have non-organic wheat products. If you tolerate gluten well and you're eating it and you don't have an autoimmune condition, then eat the gluten. That's fine, but it 100% needs to be organic. That goes for everyone across the board, but in particular pregnant women, because there's a lot of research now showing that the exposure to these environmental toxins, many of which are pesticides, are really impacting the development and the health of our babies in utero. So, maintaining a healthy pregnancy, taking a healthy, happy baby home, I think step number one is eating a really good balanced diet. So lots of protein, lots of fat, lots of water, lots of veggies, minimal carbohydrates, and when you are doing them, they're in the form of like starchy vegetables, even some rice is fine, some quinoa. Everything has to be organic, preferably grass-fed as well, and really be conscious of that. I think another really important piece to supporting a healthy pregnancy and bringing a healthy, beautiful baby into a healthy, reawakened home is what I just touched upon, really watching the environmental toxins. My whole next book is on autoimmune conditions. And for those of you that don't know what an autoimmune condition is, a very common one is Hashimoto's, which is autoimmune thyroid disease. Lupus is one, rheumatoid arthritis is another one, colitis, Crohn's disease, those types of things are known autoimmune conditions. Celiac is another one. But what's interesting is that I'd say, 70% of the population is walking around with an undiagnosed autoimmune condition, which is a big part of why I wrote the book, because most people are walking around kind of feeling like crap all day long and don't really know why, or they're at like their 70, 80%. And they really can reawaken their health to get to their 95, 100%, and you can all get there. And so, this dealing with autoimmune conditions really helps people, even if they don't have a diagnosis. But so what I realized in writing the book, with the research I came across, and I saw this in writing Yes, You Can Get Pregnant as well, to really help women optimize their fertility, is that the exposure to environmental toxins are wreaking absolute havoc on everything in our body, every single cell. So they're causing inflammation, they're causing this autoimmune, cascade to happen. They're causing fertility challenges. They're causing immune system problems, allergies, digestive disorders, you name it. So these environmental toxins come in our food. They come in the air we breathe. They come in the products that we put on our body. They say the average woman is exposed to 500 chemicals before she leaves the house in the morning. Between, Kathy, thank you for pre-ordering Body Relief. I love it. Let's get those pre-orders going. I'm excited. We have some time before the book comes out, but I am excited for pre-orders. So the best, and then also when you are pregnant, you have to think about not just you anymore. This is about baby. Everything that you put on your skin, everything that you breathe in, everything you put in your mouth affects your child and its development. So it is one of the most important times to be as conscious as you possibly can. And again, if you've been following my protocol, you're already there. You're already conscious. You've already made a lot of these adjustments and these lifestyle changes. So it's now about maintaining that, not just for your health and your recovery postpartum, but for baby's health, right? And the health of your home. And so hopefully if you are partnered, that your partner is following these same lifestyle protocols. So, you really need to start reading labels, buying organic, avoiding toxic chemicals. There's lists of like the top 12 most harmful chemicals that we need to avoid. And that's for women, I think, across the board. So when it comes to autoimmune conditions, one thing that scientists have discovered is that the preponderance of autoimmune conditions, so they've quadrupled over the last 30 years, the incidence affecting women 75% more than men. And our genes don't change that fast. So this is not a genetic issue. This is purely an environmental one. We've introduced 80,000, some say 100,000 chemicals into our environment since the 80s, 1980. So lots and lots of chemicals. You have to think about, shampoo, deodorant, soap, toothpaste, what you clean your house with, your dry cleaning, the air fresheners in your home, in your bathroom, in your car, at your office, your water, your makeup, your skincare products, your lotions, all of these things you need to be conscious of, and even more conscious when you are pregnant. One in particular that's super important when you're pregnant is plastics and the BPA in plastics. So do your best to drink out of glass. And you see this, especially anything hot should be in glass, not plastic or in paper. The BPAs have been scientifically shown to affect babies in utero in a negative way. And they actually affect the child, your baby that you're developing in here, their fertility. So it makes me think, for sure, dealing with all the fertility challenges I deal with in the clinic. Plastics came out in like the 80s, and we were all drinking out of plastic baby bottles that were probably heated up in the microwave, which is like the worst possible thing to do. And now there's a preponderance of fertility challenges that are disguised as, I think, they're fertility challenges, but really in disguise they are undiagnosed autoimmune conditions. And so really, really, really watch your plastics. It's not to say if you're dying of thirst, I want you to go into, whatever, the store, and if all your options is a plastic water bottle, get it. But do your best. I don't have mine in here, but to carry around a water jug and fill it up, a glass water jug. Life Factory makes some great ones. Another really important thing for maintaining healthy pregnancy and developing a really healthy child, supporting yourself with some supplements, of course, a good prenatal that has folate and not folic acid. I think another really important supplement is fish oil in your pregnancy. The DHA and EPA in fish oil, really important for your hormones, your body, but also really important for baby's brain development, which is incredibly important. So keep that in mind. And then I also always love like a probiotic, which is great for your immune system and baby's immune system. And again, if you followed my Yes You Can Get Pregnant protocol to get pregnant, all the supplements I recommend are perfectly pregnancy safe. Another thing to really stay on top of in pregnancy is your iron levels. Make sure you don't dip into anemia. One way to hedge that is eat organ meat, specifically liver, or take liver in pill form. Or I do love the Floravitals or Floradix liquid iron supplement. I took that in my pregnancy. And keep that in mind too, because the dip in iron in pregnancy tends you to be anemic then through the rest of your pregnancy. Could also predispose you to preeclampsia in the pregnancy. And then postpartum, though, if that iron isn't taken care of, you are more likely to get postpartum depression. So maintaining iron and healthy iron levels and hemoglobin levels throughout the pregnancy is absolutely key. So you eat that through iron-rich foods, red meat, green vegetables, red vegetables, organ meats, bone broths, but you can also supplement, and I think that's really important. I stayed ahead of it, and that's what I recommend all my clients to do, is really stay ahead of their iron and hemoglobin levels, versus you don't really want it to drop below 11. And some docs don't even call you anemic until you're like 9, so it's hard to get ahead of it once you're that low. So to really stay on top of that. And I think one of the most important pieces to healthy pregnancy and healthy motherhood, healthy baby, is getting community support throughout your pregnancy, but even more importantly, in your postpartum. So being that I have helped, at this stage, over 1,000 healthy babies be born, which is a blessing and an honor, and I am beyond honored to be on that path with so many of you all, of women that have come across me in my work, and it's one of the greatest blessings of my life. But and then myself, having gone through a pregnancy, it's been, James is 2 years old now, so it's been a while, but I've helped women for the last 15 years go through pregnancies. I helped them get pregnant, go through pregnancies, and I went through my own. And one thing I decided that was missing from everything I offer, and what I think is missing in the environment, is a sense of community. So I have, created what we are calling the Yes, You're Pregnant community. And it's a monthly membership for newly pregnant mamas to be, all the way through that whole pregnancy and into that postpartum phase, which is what most people call the 4th trimester. So it's support through every trimester of your pregnancy. The 4th trimester typically is like the newborn phase up until like 3 or 4 months of your baby. But we're not going to kick you out of the group if your baby's 6 months. I created it though to give women a sense of community, to create a tribe of women who are going through exactly what you're going through, to share information, knowledge, registry information, right? Newborn baby, conversations. What diapers are you using? Formula or breastfeeding support, but pregnancy support too. Like what worked for one woman for morning sickness doesn't always work for another. And then you're getting my guidance and support in there, which, I have a ton of it. I've been helping women through their pregnancies and their postpartum periods for 15 years. And I myself have now gone through that as well. So hands-on experience from me as a mom. You're going to get that support from me in this monthly membership. You also are getting a brand new guide that I made, that it was an entire labor of love. It was one of the most intense things I have ever created. And remember, I've written 3 books, 4 technically, because my cookbook. It's called My Pregnancy and New Mama Guide. It is 60 pages of so much information, from the second you're pregnant, diet, supplements, nutrition, sample menus, lifestyle changes, lifestyle adjustments, into, common pregnancy challenges, like how to manage morning sickness, to, what if you have strep B, to gestational diabetes. I cover all of that. I share with you my baby registry, which is filled with all non-toxic baby supplies. I share with you what was in my hospital bag. I share with you my birth plan and a sample birth plan for you if that's something for you. And I share my birth story in there too, just to keep everyone in the know of that pregnancy truly is the art of surrender, and birth truly is the art of surrender, and that life doesn't always go according to plan, and that's okay. So to be flexible, and how to adapt to that flexibility through your pregnancy, and that will help you so much in motherhood. And then I get into the postpartum phase and your recovery, whether you had a C-section or a vaginal birth, the recovery tips that I've helped, again, thousands of women with. Breastfeeding tips, whether or not you need a doula or a baby nurse, or, I can't believe how much information is in there. Amy approved baby formulas, baby supplies, everything head to toe baby. And, I love it. I'm so proud of this guide. And so that's included in this membership. We're also including in there, it's a secret Facebook group. That's where you're going to get your support, your community, and it's secret. So you can join the second you're pregnant and no one needs to know because it's secret on Facebook, but you get this tribe of women who are there to support you and love you and cheer you on and give you, awesome advice, and women who are in it with you. And I just love that, that sense of community, I think is super important in the pregnancy. And I found that myself, I really, clung to my friends who had gone before me as mothers, but also who were in it with me. And then when you have the baby, the postpartum period is really important for community, more so than I think is stressed in our, world. And I really think that's a key to your recovery, to your thriving as a mother, to your feeling sane as a mother, because it's an insane time, beautifully insane, but insane. And the support is there, and it's so incredible. So you're going to get my guide. You're going to get this Facebook group. You're going to get, we threw in an Amy Route Beauty gift certificate. We're throwing in some awesome bonuses, and you get access to, just so many incredible products that I have created that will help you through your pregnancy and help you develop a beautiful, healthy baby and into your postpartum, so you can stay healed, stay connected, stay in the space of nourishing yourself, which is one of the most important pieces through all of this, that you have to nourish you first. And even when that baby is in your belly, then through that, your baby gets their nourishment. And then postpartum, time for you is so incredibly important. You are setting the stage for your healing, and for your parenting for the rest of your life. You are showing firsthand to your baby that taking care of you is your primary goal. And from that space, everyone else gets taken care of. But when we sacrifice ourselves, we sacrifice so much. And we also, I think, don't carry on, this really important piece that is about us loving and nurturing ourselves, which we want our children to know is really important. So again, like I always say, it's like I am just not about that positive pregnancy test. I am so much about getting women to really step in, reawaken their health, take the reins back, the power back over their health and their fertility, get pregnant, stay pregnant, have a healthy, thriving pregnancy, and bring a healthy, thriving baby into a healthy, beautiful home that is supported by its community. So supremely important. So if you guys are pregnant or newly pregnant, yay, or just had a baby, check out this membership. It's really, really reasonable. It's $27 to join and then $11 a month thereafter. You can stop anytime and you still get all the bonuses and everything. So, I would love to see you in that group. I would love to support you and cheer you on through your pregnancy and into your postpartum. And I am also in the midst of developing some baby recipes for foods when you start introducing foods and a guide on that. So you're going to get access to that once it's done. And I hope to see you there. It's amyraup.com/pregnant to learn all about the monthly membership. Read some testimonials from women who have worked with me and check out all the amazing content that you're going to get as a member of the Yes, You're Pregnant community. amyraup.com/pregnant. I'll see you there. Bye.